and I noticed my hair would come out in chunks. I would run my hand through my hair, and I would see chunks of hair in my hand. And as a woman, if you choose to wear your hair short, that's different. I wear my hair short sometimes. Sometimes I just cut it. But if you're trying to grow something, and then you're trying to, and then the hair just coming out,
Right.
it causes some type of concern.
Hello there, and welcome again to another episode of Africans Abroad, the podcast. This is your host, Christopher Eves Riggs. And today I'm here with you with a wonderful lady. She is originally from Liberia, West Africa, like myself, currently residing in the US. She is a small business owner, and that's pretty much what I know for now, and we're going to find out more. But without wasting any more time, the next African Abroad on the Africans Abroad podcast is Carmenia Grant. Welcome to the podcast, Carmenia.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we got started, I should have asked if you like to be called Christopher or Chris.
Christopher, Chris, like I get both. My wife calls me Christopher, but I usually get Chris. Yeah.
Chris.
So,
Okay.
yes, whatever's,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to what you got going on, and I'm excited to share what I have going on too. So,
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. So let's just start right from today. How are you doing today? Are you having a good day?
it's been a long one. It's Monday, so coming back from the weekend and getting into the groove of things, being off, and then starting the Rick Moreau going back and forth work, and then trying to do everything when it's been a busy day, but we're here.
Yeah,
We're here.
good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. So, Carmina, would you introduce yourself to the audience? Tell them who you are and what you do for the moment, at the moment.
Sure, absolutely. I am Carmenia Grant. I am the founder, CEO, however you want to call it, of Crew Crown. Is um, hair product business. I know people refer to it as small business, but even though it's starting small, I like to just refer to it as a business.
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
kind of push forward and not look at it as a small business, but I am the owner of Crew Crown,
Of Kuka.
and
Yeah.
it's a product line. We're trying to build. We just launched on April, is it April 16th or so? I'm not too sure of the exact date, but it was in April of this year.
Okay.
We launched the product. By career, I am a rehab practitioner or counselor. I counsel people. Um, and we're just here trying to, we have a calling. Once you notice a calling on your life, whether it be with hair or counseling in the mental health field, I'm just doing what the Lord has placed in my path.
All right. All right. I love it. I love it. So I mentioned that you are from Liberia, like myself. I usually like to just touch a little bit on life pre diaspora, as I call it. So what I assume that you had to relocate from Liberia to the U.S. at some point in your life. What was that
Mhm.
reason, and what was the opportunity that presented itself that enabled you and your family, or to relocate?
Well, my mother came over here at an early age. My parents were here already at an early age, um, and of course, war happened while we were still in Liberia. Then from then on, you travel different countries. At the age of 8, 9, I went to Ghana.
Mm.
That's when the war started, so we were in Ghana, and then from there, it's just we knew. When I say we, my brother, my siblings, and I, we knew we were going to be on this end for school somewhere down the line. So
Mm.
it was already in the making. But with the war expedited, the process. I'm sure for
Mm.
everyone else who was trying to, you know, stay and enjoy a little bit of back home and then come back over on this end. But no, the war expedited it, so we were from Ghana. We just came here, and by I think I was about 8, 9, 10
Okay.
when I left. 8, 9 when I left Liberia. About 10, 11 when I came on this end.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
I lived in Ghana for a period of time myself, for a short period
Yeah,
of time. Yeah.
but it's even better now.
Pardon?
I said it's a cool place,
Yeah,
Ghana.
yeah, it was. Yeah, and yeah, like you say, it's even way better now as I've heard.
Hmm.
Yeah, had a great time there actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you lived in Ghana and you relocated to the U.S. Is there any point in your life within that span of time before relocating to the U.S. that stands out for you? Like one moment that maybe highlights that your mind would run on. We all have all kinds of experiences, or had all kinds of experiences back home. I usually
Right.
just like to, just point that out in case there was something that you would like to highlight.
Um. Well, the travel from
Liberia.
Liberia to Ghana
Hmm.
a little, just because we had to take a different way of travel. It was We all got on a boat, not the boat, but a
A
ship,
ship.
and yeah, getting on was pretty challenging,
Yeah, yeah,
and because it was everybody wanted to leave at the time, and
yeah.
the war had started. So when I mean, people knew people that helped us get on there,
Hmm.
and my brother and I got on there. It was 3 days out on the deck,
Hmm.
and not going inside because it was so crowded that so many people
Yeah,
had to be on the ship. So that stand out to me because whether it was raining,
yeah.
uh, sun shining, you
Just
were on that. Just and the part about it is I didn't even notice it. I mean, I was so young, but it's just the fact that we were leaving what was there.
mm,
We were leaving craziness, the hunger, the we were leaving the. I mean, of course, not trying to die.
mhm,
Because
mhm.
people were dying all over the place. So not trying to leave, not trying to even when you're out in the rain, you don't notice the rain because of
Right,
where you're
right.
coming.
Yeah.
So
So,
it was exciting. It was exciting,
mhm.
but it was now that you put me on a deck with rain, and
Yeah.
it'll be an experience. But back then it was a sense of relief that we were leaving there. Of course, we had family back there, so
Mhm.
we were crying, um, while getting on and while we were on there, seeing families, being left behind.
Mhm.
But it was after you get past that, that the same. I'm a Christian. I believe in
Mhm.
God. I believe in
Mhm.
Jesus Christ. So the same God that is keeping me would be keeping was. I had to find peace knowing that at an early age, knowing that they are going to be taken care of also.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah.
That
But that
def.
wasn't. Yes, I don't think we even ate on that 3 day ship ride
Wow.
to Ghana. But we never even noticed it, because what you were leaving versus where you are at the
Hmm.
where we were at the moment was
Yeah, you just
was
saw it as way better. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was comforting.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I gotta
but
tell
that
you,
was
I've heard a couple of scary stories about that boat, or maybe one of those boat trips from Liberia to Ghana during that period of time. And so many people have stories and, yeah, horror stories about that. that moment. But I like the perspective from which you are presenting it, even though it was really messed up. You know, you were a kid. You had to, yeah, stay outside. You don't even remember eating or anything, but it still, compared to what you're moving away from, it still was, yeah, it
Yeah.
was a safe place for you.
It was a safe place. It was more of thank you, Jesus. I
Hmm.
don't know where I'm going to. I don't know how we're going to get there. I don't know if the boat is going to tilt over.
Right.
And we don't know, but we know that we were leaving something horrible
Hmm.
and we were make it to something, like a better place, like a safer place. So it was
Yeah.
comforting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. I like that. I like that. In the U.S., I just want to jump right into to Crew Crown, talk a little bit about that, and then maybe we can double back on, you know, life and what caused you to study what you studied and all of that. So, straight on to Crew Crown. The name alone, like I'm from Liberia, so I recognize that but it's a tribe in Liberia. But why? What's the reason behind the name?
So my mother, I'm not sure at the time when I was learning about the counties and stuff, it was more so. I think it was 13. Now I'm hearing that it's like 16,
16,
17.
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom is from a tribe called, just backstory, called Sino County. Now within
Hmm.
the U.S. states. In Liberia, we have counties, and some of the counties are named, you know, differently, and some of them are similar names to names in America.
Hmm.
But Sino and in Sino, the language to speak is Kru,
Yeah.
and that's my mother's language.
Hmm.
Um, so coming up with the product, we were sitting in the living room. I had no name for the product. I have been working so hard over a period of 9 years, 9, 10 years. Um, I never thought about a name for the product. All I knew is we're getting something together. Um, and I I just never thought about the name until like late last year. And I was like, Mom, I don't have a name for this product. And we started throwing out names. And then she said, wait, people say I look like you. People say you have my hair. People say, you know, why can't you just call it crew
Hmm.
hair? And I'm like,
Hmm.
well, I mean, crew hair does not sound right, but it's original. I give her
Hmm.
props for it being original. And I said, well, the Bible say your hair is your crown. It speak to your hair being your crown. So I asked, like, how about crew crown? And it just worked. You know
Yeah.
how it just came together, and it just made sense. We both were like, oh. So my mom, actually, I came up with the name, and it's just unique and it's
Hmm.
different. And then it's so unique that it makes you want to ask more. So when I start talking about the product, people are like, what is that name? What is
Hmm.
KRU? What is
Hmm.
crew? And sometimes some people are like, is it like, are you referring to it as CREW? I'm like, no, it's not that kind of crew.
Hmm. Hmm.
But of course is a tribe, is a language coming
Yeah.
from a tribe in Liberia. So that's how it originated. The name came from my mom.
Okay. So I heard you say that it took you a period of 9 years to work on this product. What prompted that? I mean, it's just 9 years.
Yeah.
Talk to us through that.
Yes. So um, I had stage 4 kidney failure, and I was pretty ill. I was super sick.
Hmm.
Um, and once I was on a medication that started making my hair fall out. right after I had gotten a transplant. So I'm getting better and I'm taking medication as I am getting better. And I noticed my hair will come out in chunks. I will run my hand through my hair, and I would see chunks of hair in my hand. And as a
Wow.
woman, if you choose to wear your hair short, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
I wear my hair short sometimes. Sometimes I just cut it. But if you're trying to grow something and then you're trying to and then the hair just coming out,
Right.
it causes some type of concern, and it's very concerning. And it was just bald spots, and it was just coming out, thinning out. And I have a little bit of hair on my head, and when I started seeing like it thinning out, and just I used product. I mean, I had buckets of product that was really good products, but it wasn't working for my hair.
Mm-hmm.
um and I didn't understand how to even use it at the time. And I started to learn how to use the product for my hair. It will grow it, but it still will shed. It still will, you know, just keep falling out. And so I started mixing stuff. I started, digging more and researching about hair and the food that I eat. I was watching something on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it says Forks Over Knives or something. I was watching on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about the food you eat that it make a difference in the inside, and sometimes you can use those food on the outside also based on how it's prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started digging and researching, and my siblings, especially my brothers who don't understand about hair and women, and
Mm-hmm.
they do understand, but not as much as another woman would
Right. Right.
understand.
Right.
They'll laugh at me and say, "You're always cooking. You put peanut butter and jelly in your hair. You put ketchup in your hair. You put
Mm-hmm.
whatever you can in the refrigerator." And I was always mixing up something for my hair.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to, do it more, and it was working. The bald spots, the patches started growing back, and I'm like, okay. And I started using it, and then I'll go to work and I'll talk about it, and people started seeing at work, seeing what's, you know, the growth, started
Yeah.
seeing the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they started asking about it. Especially, it was this one lady. She's from Ethiopia. She had just had her baby, and she was also losing her hair from postpartum, and she was losing her hair also. And she said, "Well, let me try this." She was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Mix something up for me in your kitchen, like you always say." I said, "Sure." So I mixed some products up for her, and I sent it over to her. She started using it over a period of 90 days, not even 90 days. Like, I know it was like a little after over a month or so. Her hair started, she came back to my office one day and started crying. And I'm like, what's going on? She said, "Look," she parted her hair and said, "Look at my hair." She's
Wow.
like, "My hair is growing back." And she was crying. And I was like, whoa, I got something going on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
If hair can grow back, it's not only my hair. Because at first I thought it was only my hair.
Mm-hmm.
But if hair can grow back and not only my hair, I have something here. And then people started encouraging me to, you know, put more and share it with the world, share it with a lot of women who are going through the same issues that I was going through at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that you had never done anything like this prior to your hair problems or your hair issues,
Mhm.
and you started to experiment from watching stuff, researching, and all of that, and also what I'm hearing is that, which means all of these products or these ingredients were natural ingredients that
They're all-
anybody could. Wow. And it worked.
Mhm.
But how it kind of got me curious a bit because first thing, how long did it take for you to be able to get to that sweet spot of this is what works? And
Uh-huh.
is that the same, some of the same products that you are marketing today?
Yeah, it took some time. Like I said, it took over a period of 9 years. Excuse me.
Okay.
I was um I'll use something and I'm like, okay, this mixed with this, it doesn't work. Probably if
Mm-hmm.
I use it, it'll work. So, and then I actually pay someone who is a naturalist, and I pay someone who actually got a certification and then is a practitioner in hair loss. I pay someone and a chemist. I also paid a chemist too. And I learned about the chemical side of things. So I learned, um, I actually just didn't start mixing up. I did,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was like, well, I need to look deeper. So I started taking classes and I paid for consultations and so forth to really learn the 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 background about hair loss, to
Yeah.
learn chemicals. So I sometimes we have to be willing to sit under someone and learn
Mm-hmm.
before to doing something, and not just, oh, it worked for my hair, so let me put exactly what worked for my hair out. No, I wanted to make sure that it's working for my hair. But also, when this lady came back to me crying about her hair and
Mm-hmm.
how excited she was, I was like, wait, I got something here, so let me go and learn some more. And so I started learning about how to the ingredients,
Yeah.
and I started learning what works with what. And I I was willing to sit under people to who are also, they're not doing it, but they know about these things, like a naturalist, like a hair chemist,
Mm-hmm.
and learning about the different chemicals and the chemicals reaction, the scalp, learning about all these things that relates to hair. So I was willing to sit under someone and learn, and then started to over like 2 years I did,
Mm-hmm.
while I my product. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. So you already knew in that you wanted to market this. You wanted to you saw that it helped you. You saw that it helped somebody else, and you felt like putting more time into this, you could be not just to make money from it, but to help others with the same problem that you were facing at the time.
Yeah, at the time I was trying to help myself. I
Yeah.
was trying to get my hair situation correct, my hair issues.
But
Um
when you started, what I meant was when you started to dive deeper into it, was it with the preconceived notion that you wanted to market this product? If you did, fall on a product that really worked or products that really worked, that you wanted to market it.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. When I started putting time and money into it, into me learning, oh
mm-hmm,
yeah, it
yeah,
was for me to market, for me to put things out, for
yeah,
me to now, if you're going to, if you're going to talk to people about this, if you're going to share this with other people,
mm-hmm,
you want to know what you're talking about, and you also want to make sure that you know what you're putting together. Now, I
mm-hmm,
didn't want to have someone else do it for me, even though now I do have a lab that mix my portion, but it's all my ingredients. It's all, everything that I wrote that goes on, that I want to be in the product is in the product. It's what I've used, what
mm-hmm,
grew my hair, what has been grown people hair. People have testimonies. Everything is by me.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Um, I mean, as a guy, I probably don't know a lot of, or probably not anything about all of this. But I'm just hearing a lot of the moral of this of your story.
Mhm.
You're in a dark place. You're in a bad place. Something terrible happened to you, and
Mhm.
through that, you mentioned being a believer. I myself am a believer, and it sounds the phrase that keeps coming to my mind is beauty out of ashes. You were in a dark place.
Yeah.
And out of that, you were able to, well, let's say purpose was birth out of that. Because what I'm
Yes.
hearing here is that even though I do not know much about these things, I have sisters. I grew up with sisters. I know
Yeah.
about, that hair as black women hair. Yeah, I mean, that's a real thing. I have a wife. I have a daughter that's coming up, so I know that these things are real, and it actually helps. And for me, it feels even more at home that it's coming from a fellow. not just African, but a Liberian sister. You know,
Yeah.
it just feels really, really, really good hearing this.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to talk about it, is because, you know, it's not just you selling your products out there. There is a real story behind it, real life story
Oh,
behind it. You
oh
know,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah. But
wow,
Chris, it's not only for, I hear you talking. I also have men that use the product and have testimonies from the products.
really?
Yeah, men are using it, and one of my one of my most consistent customer is a guy.
Huh.
Is a, yes.
That is interesting.
And he he's almost like an ambassador because without me asking,
Hmm.
because he quotes it all the time with like, oh, look at my results,
Hmm.
like a walk-in like
Testimonial. Yeah.
billboard for Crew Crown,
Hmm.
and he has results to show. So yes, I do have. I mean, I have consistent customer who are, of course, is expected females,
Hmm.
but I do have guys that are ordering or using or encouraging
Yeah.
other to use the product as well.
Well, that's good. That's good. I
Hmm.
didn't even think about it like that. Right. Okay.
And working on a men's line because the men was like, "What about us?" And I was like, "Well, you can use the product," but they were like, "I need my beer, I need this," and you don't just put things out, so things are getting tested. I'm working on
Hmm.
the men's where it is now in the testing phase,
Mm.
where we're testing according to the Food and Drug Administration. Um, you have to test these products on real people before
Hmm.
putting it out.
Hmm.
Is are actually getting tested now. So yeah, is the company is growing.
Yeah.
It's growing.
Nice.
And I do a little bit right here. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can show it. Right.
Yeah. Like,
Moisturizer, conditioner, and okay.
and then the shampoo.
Hmm. But why
Yeah.
don't you? Okay, so I see conditioner, shampoo. Is that
And
hair oil behind
hair
there?
oil.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. Well, I know that I have you on Instagram. I also saw that you have a website. So I
Mhm.
believe that I will be able to drop all of those links under the in the description,
Yes.
so that people can check this out and really, really support. You know, I can't stress it enough. We can't do this alone. We need each
Yeah.
other to be able to thrive, to be able to do what we're supposed to do, and find our purpose. And to be able to do that, we need to support each other. So, man, I'm excited to actually share this with my with my wife and family, because I
Thank
know that it's something special, and I'm very excited to see where it's gonna go.
you. It
Where,
worked.
yeah, yeah. Carmina, where do you see Crew Crown in the next 5 years? With
Oh man. Whew. I I don't know if it's bigger than my mind is bigger than because the years are going by. Like you
hmm.
blink like the next year.
Hmm.
But I see Crew Crown in different countries. I
Yeah.
see it all over the world. I see Crew Crown helping women feel good about themselves.
Hmm.
I see Crew Crown not only me pushing the product, but pushing what it stands for and pushing what comes out, the result that comes out of the product.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not sure you wouldn't be able to see it, but on the product it says John 10:10. I've come to give you life, that life in abundance,
Hmm.
and it's a lot of prayer that went through that goes into your mixing. Your my team are all people that are prayerful,
Hmm.
and my it's not just pushing product. It's my heart. It's my purpose, and also it's something that I know that is given to me by God,
Yeah.
and the testimonies that I've received from people who Chris, I had a lady at church who hair she couldn't even tell the last time that she did not wear a wig. She came to church one day after 6 months of using the product without a wig. And
Hmm.
my eyes went big. And I'm like, "You got hair?" She was like, "Yes, I've been using Crew Crown." And she said, "I'm finally brave enough to come out the house without my wig and with my natural hair." And she was walking around. You go talk to Carmenia because people
Wow.
were like, some people saw the results of her hair, and she's can wear her hair with her head high and not be embarrassed of
Hmm.
what's under the wig.
Hmm.
And so that's the goal of
Yeah.
and I goal of the product, the company is to have women and men walk with their head high,
Yeah.
knowing their crown is standing out. Their
Hmm.
crown, what they want to, their hair is flourishing. Their hair is what they want it to be. Not everybody wants the long,
Hmm.
full hair, but whatever goal you want your hair to be, or health you want your hair to be at, you can reach that goal through using Crew Crown, and that is my prayer. And God gave it to me, so it is going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Ooh. Um,
yeah.
I don't even know how to take it from there, but I like that. I like that.
I'm
it's just,
I'm passionate about it. I'm so passionate about making people feel good about themselves. Sometimes women go through so much because of their hair,
hmm.
and people talk about women. Oh, you wear wigs, you wear this, you wear that, and sometimes it's by choice because I do too.
Hmm.
With all this hair I have on my head, I do still wear wig, but I want it to be by choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm. Right.
yeah.
Because of time, I think I'm just gonna ask you one more question,
Sure.
and we can wrap this up. What would you tell another young lady that
Mm.
is thinking about marketing her talents or her passion? I know that it's so difficult to be able to reach to the place to be able to, take that step, take that bold step of faith in either trusting yourself or trusting that people will believe in you. What would you say to that African, Liberian, black, white, whoever, that wants to do something for themselves in a similar direction?
Hmm. I will advise that you are on nobody's time.
Mm.
You are in competition with no one. Even if you're 50, 60, 70,
Mm.
once you have something in your heart that God has given you, it's never too late. Make sure, don't rush into it and not have the background.
Hmm.
Study, research, and then go for it.
Mm.
You don't need a whole bunch of a large amount of money in your account. Some people are like, I want to start a business, but I'm waiting to have this loan. I'm waiting to have that. No, start small.
Hmm.
Start gathering your whatever you want to do. Start researching it. Start doing it little by little. I didn't have money when I started. I didn't have all this amount of money. I just kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going. And then you never know if it's God's purpose and God's will. He won't put you out there and not give you the resources.
Hmm.
And also, don't look for resources out there. Use your in-house resource.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that I'm doing, like the packaging, I didn't even know my cousin could do packaging. And the packaging is so luxurious. That's what I hear.
Hmm.
I didn't I use my in-house resources, the people that are around me. Um, I didn't go vet out and look for people, or use what this person is using. You have to do your research before putting out business. Don't be afraid to fail. It's okay. Get up, keep pushing. If I have to, I had a word for, I was mentoring someone, and every morning, every evening before leaving, okay, we're coming back the next day. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Pray, believe God, and keep pushing.
Well, on that wonderful note, I want to thank you so much again for sharing your story. I'm definitely going to try my best, everything that I can do to be able to share it. And, share it yourself. We trying to get the word out there. And I will be following up. I'm really, really super excited to see businesses, as you call it, not even small businesses, but businesses started by our own. Yeah. So thank you so much, Carmenia. And yeah.
You're welcome. I'm excited, and I look forward to coming back.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Most definitely. Most definitely. All right. All right
All
then.
right.
We talk another time, hopefully. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.